We are 6 months into the program. Your goal was lose fat, build muscle. Can you tell me a little bit about where you started before we started the program and where you are now?
So when I started this program, basically I was at the worst of my the fitness stage. So I was at like 178 or 180 pounds. I don't remember exactly. But I still remember how my body looked back then with all that belly fat and fat all over. And I was basically skinny fat. So that's when I think I found you and we talked. And basically, what I liked in you was you were invested in in your client's progress. That is what I was looking for when I was trying to find a good trainer. So I talked to a lot of other trainers on LinkedIn, outside LinkedIn, and the websites, but I didn't feel the amount of investment that you had in your client in them. So that is why I signed up for this. And now I think I'm at what 163, and basically I love the progress. So it's not just like a overnight change. So during this 6 months, you helped me at every step with my diet. I haven't eaten those foods in my life. So I had to do this only for this diet. But
Yeah.
now I love that diet so much. So that whatever the Greek yogurt or the potato. So there's a kind of shift in my mindset, the way I look at the workouts. Now I know how to do a workout, when to do a workout, and what is the effect that it has on my body. Earlier, I was just doing random workouts, picking up random workouts, and probably those were causing some injuries as well.
Yeah.
But now it's good that we have like a structured workout. I know why we are doing that, why the dips are important, why the pull ups are important. And the pull ups was like the major outcome that I see. So if you know, like when I started, I was not able to do even one pull up properly. But now I can do at least 8 to 10 in a single go. So that the first time I did that pull ups, like 8 to 10 in a single set, like I was just staring at myself in the mirror, like and admiring myself for that progress. So I never thought I was would be able to do that. I was always disappointed at in the way I used to do the pull-ups. I always wanted to do that, but I couldn't. But after I did that, so it felt really good, and it was just that thing was worth for me for all this program or for whatever the time and the money that was invested into this.
Yeah, I think as a lot of people who see my stuff know, our goal is lose fat, build muscle at the same time, using calisthenics to get there. Obviously, the next steps for you now are to get to the weighted variations of this. Um, but a lot of the time, there are other factors. People want to improve their actual health, and as a result of losing fat and building muscle with this approach, sometimes that can manifest itself in your energy or other areas, but your strength went up, your habits have massively improved. How do you feel as a result of that? How's your day to day in terms of energy and how's your health?
To be honest, I was not in terms of the diet. I was really not consistent. So the days when I consistently followed whatever was mentioned in the diet chart, it was really good. The days when I was not consistent, when I was eating the other food and all that
Yeah.
masala and all, I definitely observed that impact on my mood, the bloating in my body, which impacted the mood and the energy. So that's where I realized the diet that I was suggested to follow was the right one, and I really felt the positive effect following that. That is something I plan to improve because I find that that impacts my mood as well. So when I eat the
Yeah.
right food, the chicken, the potatoes, the Greek yogurt in the morning, and the eggs in the evening. So basically, it's like acting as a trigger to make it feel happy. Okay, you did what was told to you by your trainer. You did good in your day to day. Probably it was acting like some trigger to trigger out the happy hormones.
Yeah. It's actually funny because if we if I was to say to you, you have to eat this way, and if you don't, then everything's gonna fail or whatever, it would create a huge anxiety around it. But it's better to actually mess up sometimes because every time you mess up, you observe how much worse you feel as a result of it.
Yeah,
And you're like, well, I don't want to feel this way, so I'll just eat properly again.
correct.
And it strengthens the approach for you. So I really believe that you're gonna be able to stick to the nutrition in the long run because it just not doesn't make sense to avoid it.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
that is
awesome to
also
see.
one other thing that I loved in this training was the way you explained about the impact of each food uh, that you suggested. Like, what is the impact of eating rice versus not eating rice versus swapping it with another food? So that actually now helps me when I eat some food. So that's how now I look at it. Like, what is the impact of eating it? What is the amount of nutrients that I'm getting out of it? Because all the other trainers that I worked with, they would just give out like a random diet sheet. Okay, eat this one, eat oats in the morning, chia seeds in the
Yeah,
evening, and all that. So, but I really didn't know why
yeah,
that was needed and all. So
yeah.
that was a major outcome that I took from this of how to look at the things that we need to eat, how to observe the impact that it has on my body, how do I feel. So
And that's definitely the best way to go about it because there aren't. I don't want to say there's not bad foods because there are really, but it's more so nutrient dense and maybe what's the trade-off of this? So there was a period of time when when you're like, I want to consume this milkshake on the weekends. And we were like, yeah, you can do that. It's just you have to be able to prepare for the trade-off. So maybe you cut the carbs for a couple of days before. So from a fat loss perspective, it's not going to be too bad. But if you know why you're doing what you're doing, you're much more likely to get the results because you can make the trade-offs in your mind. If you're thinking to yourself, well, I'm consuming potatoes because they're not going to block the uptake of minerals. And so that's a really good reason for me to consume it.
yeah,
And I enjoy them. It's not just rice bad, potatoes good. If you're
yeah,
going to have rice, you can lose fat with it. It's just you have to recognize the trade-offs and maybe you have to be a little bit more observant with mineral density in other meals. And
yeah,
so yeah, knowing when to do those trade-offs makes it because I always think that if you're a dumb guy, if you're a bit stupid, you can just follow anything and you don't really care. And it's maybe if you're given the right cheat sheet, you'll get the right results. But most people need to know why they're doing what they're doing so that they can actually take action with it. Um, Something I always ask my clients, because most of them are software engineers, is how did you find this structure fits into your lifestyle? And who do you recommend this way of training and nutrition for?
my job is more of like a pure desk job. So I'm at the computer like for 8 or 9 hours a day. So it would definitely work for people like me. So working out for 3 days a week should not be a problem. It takes almost just 1 hour,
Yeah,
and these workouts pretty much cover all the areas in the body. Come out of that workout, you would know that you have hit every muscle in your body in some way. So basically, you're training all the muscles in just 1 hour. So I would suggest it to anyone.
yeah. And again, we just adjust it to whatever your lifestyle is because
Yeah,
indecision is also a decision. If you decide not to train, you have to suffer the impacts of that. If you decide to train through a ridiculous schedule,
but I think,
it's
I
going to
mean,
be
working with you it was easy in that aspect. So even when I was traveling, when I was going to other places and having to work out, so I think basically that communication with that trainer is more important in dealing with such scenarios. And in
yeah,
that cases, I think you are really helpful there. So as long as we inform you or tell you in prior, so you're always helping me out when visiting family or people in other places, and communication with the trainer would be required. But I think anyone who is in the software job can hop on into this program.
I completely agree. I'm glad you said that as well because it's the communication aspect which is amplifying results. The
Yeah,
longer we wait before communicating a problem, the longer it takes to get a result. But
correct.
more importantly, is the quicker it's communicated. Like when you were flying for work, we had to make. I mean, it's only a recent thing, but we've had to start making adjustments for that so that the things that you need to get done by the end of the week still get done. Is you can't have perfect days because it's a real stressor.
You said when we started, and that stuck in my mind was any problem that we would have with the scheduling, or basically any question or any problem, just tell it to you and it would be your problem to find a solution for that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that is something I really liked when you told it for the first time, and that's
yeah,
what I observed even during the training. So you're
yeah,
always coming up with a certain way to solve that problem. So that's where I felt the communication was really important. The more the
Yeah.
communication, the better. That's definitely the way to go.
I like it that way. Your job's to take action. I can't do that for you. I cannot
Correct.
do the chin ups for you. I can't do the dips for you, and I definitely will not do the Bulgarian split squats for you. But I can fix the problem. I can find the answer. And so I'll do the thinking, you do the doing, and then that's the best way to get results.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
really
that
happy
that
with
was basically. I mean, that single line was something that set you apart from the other trainers I talked to. Like I said, so that was the kind of an investment that I was looking from a trainer in me. So you were invested in my progress. So that is what helped me decide. Okay, this is the person I want to train with. So I really like that part.